Welcome back to my channel, Simplified English 101. If you are new to this channel, please remember, like this video, leave a comment. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and ring that good old notification bell so that you can be informed when a new video is posted. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the English A, Paper 1, that's the May-June 2019 CSEC past paper. Let's begin. The instruction reads, each sentence in this section has one underlined word or phrase. Choose from the 4 suggested answers the word or phrase which is closest to the opposite in meaning to the underlined word or phrase. Number 1 reads, we found her appreciative of the help that we had given her on this matter. Appreciative of means showing gratitude, which means that we're going to be looking for an option which is opposite in meaning of appreciative of. This clearly would be ungrateful for. It would not be unhappy about, because unhappy about suggests someone that is sad or miserable. Displeased at suggests unhappy to or annoyed. Intolerant of suggests someone who is small-minded. However, ungrateful for suggests someone who is unthankful, and that would be the opposite of appreciative of. So the answer would be B. Number 2 read, their actions showed that they were firm in their rejection of the new law. Their rejection means refusal or dismissal. So we're looking for the opposite of that. That would clearly be acceptance, as ignorance suggests lacking in knowledge, and application suggests requests or using something, and understanding suggests comprehension or mastery over something, while acceptance suggests receiving something or undertaking something, which would be the opposite of rejection. Number 3 says, constructive criticism is neither appreciated nor encouraged by some of our peers. In this particular context, constructive would be useful or beneficial. So we're looking for the opposite of that, which would clearly be unsatisfactory. Number 4 says, they always displayed a lackadaisical approach to their studies, so no one was surprised at the result. In this context, lackadaisical means to be lazy or to be lax or careless to some extent. Therefore, we're looking for the opposite of lackadaisical, which would be keen. When someone is keen, they are eager or anxious or sharp or observant. It would not be calm, because calm suggests someone who is still or peaceful, and casual, someone who is friendly or relaxed, and careless, someone who is neglectful or to be rather negligent. So the answer would be A. Number 5 says, as a result of the available evidence, the accused was apprehended and no further action was taken. Apprehended means to be arrested or to be captured. And so we're looking for the opposite of that, which clearly would be released. Let's move on. Item 6 to 10. The instruction reads, each sentence has either 1 or 2 words missing. Choose from the 4 options the word or pair of words which best completes the meaning of the sentence. So clearly we are going to be looking at sentence completion for this section. Number 6 reads, after 2 years of probation, he was dash in the job because his employer found him to be an dash worker. Look at both words if you are given 2 options, because while it might be that one word might work, the other might not. And this is why the instruction says best completes the meaning of the sentence. A says resigned and efficient. The word reside means to let go, and the word efficient means to be productive. These 2 options would clearly not work. It would not be B, because retrenched means to reduce and adept means expert. It would not be D, because it means employ means obviously to hire someone, and unskilled, someone who is unqualified. However, the best option would be C, confirmed and industrious. The worker who was in the probation after 2 years, position was confirmed, meaning was validated, because clearly the worker was a hardworking person, an industrious person. Let's go to number 7. It reads, when parents display a dash for one child, the others are likely to feel dash. The answer for this would be preference and jealous. When we look at the context of the sentence, it says that when one parent displays, it could not be concern, it could not be dislike because of the other option, indifference, it would not be fondness because of the other option, lonely. However, However, preference and jealous work hand in hand. When one parent or when parents display a preference, meaning to be partial or to show favoritism towards one, the other might become envious or jealous. Number 8 read, dash people are likely to be afraid to take risks. It would not be A, which selfish, means to be self-centered. It would not be B, as B suggests is wealthy or affluent, and affluent persons normally do take risks. It would not be knowledgeable. However, cautious is the best option that would complete the sentence, because persons who are cautious are normally careful or wary of something, and as such, they would more likely be more afraid to take certain risks in life. Number 9 reads, the journalists were impressed by the dash of the statesman, whose speech had a profound dash on all who heard them. It would not be A, because A present talks about appearance, and now we're looking at speech and not appearance. It would not be emotion, C, and sensation, neither would it be D, appearance or reaction. So the correct option would be B, because when we talk about eloquence, we talk about someone who is fluent in their speech, and this fluence is what has created the result on all who have heard of them. Number 10 reads, are you trying to dash that all along you knew of the plot to host the committee? It would not be clarified, because when you clarify something, you make it clear. Based on the context of the sentence, it would not be accused nor identify. However, it would be insinuate, as insinuate means to imply or to suggest. Let's move on to number 11. Number 11 is clearly equivalent sentences. I remember in our previous video, I did discuss that when you're doing equivalent sentences, you want to look for the options or the option that is nearest in meaning to the original sentence. This means that the form of the sentence might change, the structure of the sentence might change. You might see different words being used in the sentence. However, the option you select must be the same in content and meaning to the original. Instruction reads, each sentence in this section is followed by 4 sentences, A, B, C, and D. Choose the sentence nearest in meaning to the original sentence. Read all 4 sentences before you choose your answer. Number 11 says, much is being done to develop tourism in our country by providing good hotel accommodations and facilities. When we look at A, it says it is important to provide. The original did not say that it was important to provide. It says that it is actually being done. It would not be B, because B says good hotel accommodations and facilities are crucial if we want to. The original did not say that it is crucial if we want to. It says that it is actually being done. C says we're doing a great deal to boost tourism by providing good hotel accommodation and facilities. Now, this is similar to the original, so let's look at D. If you do not provide good hotel accommodations and facilities, tourists will not come to our country. The original did not say if you do not provide, because it is actually being provided currently. So the correct answer would be C. Number 12 says, so engrossed was he in his task that he did not hear his sister enter the room. It would not be A, because it says his task was so difficult. The original did not mention anything about his task being difficult. B says he did not hear his sister enter the room because of the job he was doing. It did not say that that is the reason why he did not hear, because of the job he was doing. C says his sister's entry did not attract. That is not a part of the original. D, however, says he was so preoccupied with what he was doing that he was unaware of his sister's entry. So the answer would be D. Number 13 says, John told his parents in no uncertain terms that he was going to university as soon as he left school. A says, John boasted. Right there, we don't have to go any further because John did not boast. A is out. B says, John told his parents that they should permit him. John clearly does not need his parents' permission. C says, John made it quite clear to his parents that when he left school, he would go to university immediately. Now, this sounds like the original, so let's move on to D. It would not be D, because if you notice that the voice has changed, John's parents were told, making it seem as if John was not the one who told his parents. The answer for 13 would be C. Number 14 says, the bright colors of the bird distinguished it from the others flying across the pale sky. It would not be A, because A says the bright colors of the bird contrasted. Original did not say that. B says the pale sky made the birds noticeable. The original did not say it made the birds noticeable. C says the pale sky made the birds distinguished, particularly the one. The original didn't specify any bird or any color. D says the bright colors against the pale sky made the bird stand out among those flying by. The answer would clearly be D. Number 15 says, I cannot understand why you have done this since you tell me that Mark means a lot to you. A says, since Mark means a lot to you, the reason for your action is puzzling to me. Now, this is similar to the original. So let's move on and see what other options we have. B says, since you tell me that Mark means a lot to you, he cannot understand why you have done this. It would not be B because he says he cannot understand why. Well, this is not making reference to Mark's feeling. C says, you tell me that although Mark means a lot to you, you did this. It would not be C because again, the voice has changed. You tell me. D says, Mark cannot mean a lot to you or else. All of that has changed the context or content of the original sentence. The answer for number 15 would be A. Let us move on to number 16 and 20. The instruction reads, some of the following sentences are unacceptable because of inappropriate grammar, idiom, or vocabulary. Some sentences are acceptable as they stand. No sentence contains more than one inappropriate element. Now, for this particular section, you are going to be looking out for any idiomatic expressions that you see that are used in the piece that might prove unacceptable. You're also going to be looking out for vocabulary, how the words are used, what words are used, and if these words are used are also acceptable. If they are not, there is no error within the sentence or it is acceptable as it stands, then you select D. Number 16 says, we could reach the survivors neither by boat or by plane, and so we abandoned our search as futile. The error in this particular section is B. The subject-verb agreement rule says that we always use neither with nor. Number 17 says, I believe that if his attitude improves, his general performance will also improve. There is no error in this sentence, and so we can move on to 18, which reads, she was not feeling well at the beginning of the journey, and sitting at the front of the car made her feel even worse. There is also no error in the sentence. Number 19 reads, overcome by fear, I ran past my home without realizing that I had done so. The error in this sentence is past. The correct word should be past, no ed. Number 20 says, the better of the two athletes claim never to have used the dangerous drug found in their possession. The error in this sentence is claim, and it should have been claims. Remember, singular subject equals singular verb. The better of the two, meaning the better, the one which is better than the other one, is the one that claims. So we're talking now about one subject, and regular singular verbs usually end with es. Let us move on to items 21 to 25. The instruction reads, each of the sentences in this section has one underlined word. Choose from the four options the word which is nearest in meaning to the underlined word. Number 21 says, it is important to rectify the error made by the computer since inaccurate information had been fed into it. The correct answer for this is C. We did some of these items already on the 2021 past paper. Number 22 says, the bank teller indicated that our account was dormant. The word dormant means to be asleep or to be inactive, and because we're looking for a word which is similar in meaning, A would be the most appropriate answer. Number 23 says, the news story revealed the squalor of the old prison cells. The word squalor means dirty or unpleasant or poverty. So we're looking for a word which is similar in meaning. Filthiness would be the best option. Number 24 says, a citizen is expected to show complete allegiance to his native land. Allegiance means loyalty or fidelity, and so A would be the most appropriate answer. Number 25 says, for the first time in a decade, the company disclosed a deficit in its account. Deficit means a shortfall, therefore the answer would be shortfall. Please remember to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to hit that good old notification bell so that you can be informed when I post new videos like this. Until then, bye.